Eve, hello. It's Suki, though I expect you guessed that. Look, I haven't heard from you. I'm worried. But to take my mind off things, I made this. I remember you teasing me for not having a playlist on one of our trips back from Leeds. I said music wasn't that important to me. Well, that was a lie. One of many I've told. Truth is, it is important for moments like this. I don't know where you are right now or if you're safe, but if you are listening, I miss you. I suppose you could call this a soundtrack of my life. Moments and songs that mean a lot to me for someone who means a lot to me. I'll start at the beginning. One of my first loves was Bollywood movies. They were so full of passion, of colour, music, and characters openly declaring their love. My favourite was Jan, and I used to listen to the soundtrack over and over. It's quite a tragic story, really, about a young woman who is kidnapped from her family. Anyway, she becomes a courtesan and in doing so, falls in love with a married man. I suppose you could compare it to you falling in love with me. There's a beautiful track in it where she gets reunited with her mum. She's been away for so long that her mum doesn't recognise her. I often think about my own mum when I listen to this. So this is Ye Kya Jaga Hai Dosto. If you are still listening, and I hope you are, this last one reminds me of you. It was playing that night when you came over and found me alone in the flat. We couldn't stop ourselves, although Vinny almost caught us. There is always something getting in the way, isn't there? But I do hope that one day we can make it through. This song is about begging someone not to give up, begging them not to stay away. I know it's selfish, but wherever you are, I hope you'll find me again. This is You Don't Have to Say You Love Me by Dusty Springfield. See, I can be sentimental when I want to be. Remember when I told you that I love thrash metal? You nearly choked. That was the first time we really bonded. We saw different sides to each other. I learned about your past heartbreak and you, well, I guess you saw the real me, the one I'd been hiding and, well, you remember.
Stop.
It led to our first kiss. So, in honour of that moment, here is Where Is My Mind by Pixies. This next one is for my children, and I know you won't mind me saying, but those kids are the greatest loves of my life. I'll never forget the feeling of holding Girid in my arms for the first time. It was such an overwhelming surge of love, and I knew from that instant I would always protect him. I haven't been able to do that recently, no thanks to Ravi. I've got many regrets of being a mum, but I had to be tough. I was a single mum and it was me against the world. Yeah, I wish I showed it better, but I always loved them. This is the song that was on the radio when I was nursing Girid. Looking back, I think it sums things up. This is Always on My Mind by the Pet Shop Boys. I suppose we've been given a second chance with Devinder. You know, he reminds me so much of Girid and Vinny when they were that age. And like them, he's a good boy, despite having a rotten father. Unfortunately, his mum ain't much better, but deep down, I think he can see through all of that. Anyway, Devinder's always making playlists, and it's what gave me the idea to do this. I'm not a fan of his choice of music, but I remember he chose this song with some help from Denise and Vinny. That night I learnt the truth about Ranveer. As much as I love Devinder, I'll never forgive his father for the lies. So this song reminds me that one day, Ravi will face his comeuppance, even if I have to take control of it myself. It's Romeo by Basement Jaxx. And you came into the Minute Mark to have a go at me. And one thing led to another, and we ended up in the back of a police van. I couldn't stand you back then, but you struck a chord, although you didn't know it at the time. You reckoned I was someone who didn't like themselves very much. And you were right. I didn't. Suppose it had been such a long time since I'd liked myself, but being with you, Eve, I've learnt to love myself again. Anyway, look, I'm getting too soppy now, but this was playing in the background and it always takes me back to that time, back to the beginning of us. This is The Dog Days Are Over by Florence and the Machine. So that's it from me. I hope this reaches you, Eve, and I hope you're safe. And maybe thinking about me too. You're the only person I can really trust. My only real friend. Bye for now, and I love you.